What's up, fam? So, everyone has spoken about Pastor Jamal Bryant and his wife's dress at this NAACP function last week. Now it's my turn. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it.
I needed to deal with it head on because the other day the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now, you got to help some people because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing, furthermore, I needed to set the record straight. Y'all don't like this. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress and I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me. Now, if you wanted a first lady that looked like Little House on the Prairie and Holly Hobby, you got the wrong church. I wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When we walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself. If you don't have nobody that you excited about, trade that booger in and find you somebody that Negroes can talk about. How did you bag that? Let me say to you, I'm a public servant. I've been a public servant my whole life. I don't mind, nor am I offended, nor am I moved if you talk about me. Have at it. But you ain't gonna talk about my wife. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. The same way you respect me, you gonna have to respect her. And if you don't respect her, find you somewhere else to go. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me, but you ain't gonna be in my face and dishonor my wife. Y'all ain't saying nothing. I need some people that will fight for yours, that will stand for yours, that will demand respect for yours.
Okay, I played the whole clip because I want y'all to get the full context without me interrupting. Y'all know, if y'all know me, if you've been here before, you know it was hard for me not to stop that video, which is why I had to keep grabbing my smoothie and listen to that man. Let y'all listen to him because you know I wanted to comment early. But with that being said, now let's get into it. We're gonna play it again, and this time I'm going to break it down like I know how to do.
I needed to deal with it head on because the other day the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down.
Well, I'm quite sure heaven didn't come down with that dress she had on. Now he's talking about the $4 million they raised and praying. Strippers pray also and wear little to nothing in their preferred settings. They make a lot of money and they pray that they have a great night. Um, Raise money for their college tuition, if you will. So that really doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about. What we're not talking about right now, what we're talking about is, was that dress appropriate for a first lady? And the answer is no. Because number one, the dress, he said that it was not see-through. It was flesh color. But you know what? Anyway, not see, it was flesh color. You had your wife wear a dress that was going to draw attention to her, a lot of attention to her. And as a first lady and as a pastor, the scriptures preach against that. They talk about modesty. Matter of fact, let's see if I can find what I found. Matter of fact, in First Timothy chapter 2, verse 9, Paul, you know, Paul, the person that all Christians supposedly follow because he wrote the majority of the New Testament now, said that I also want the women to dress modestly with decency and propriety, adorning themselves not with elaborate hairstyles or gold or pearls or expensive clothes. And we know that dress, the way Jamal Bryant was talking, that was an expensive dress, but with good deeds appropriate for women who profess to worship the Most High. So we're talking about modesty here. Nothing about that dress is modesty. Even if it was, let's say, suppose it's not nude. The way it was made, the black strings or whatever, the black fabric that was on the dress, where it collected down in the crotch area, brought attention to the crotch area. That whole dress screamed, "Look at me." Sorry. Look at me. I'm the attention here. Forget the 4 million. Forget the prayer that I'm about to use. Look at me. That is not becoming of a first lady. But let's continue.
They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded.
Insecure. Who is insecure? I, for one, am not insecure about me or my woman or anything else of that nature. Not petty. It's, bruh, you are a pastor of a church and that's the first lady. There's nothing insecure about the way most people are thinking. You know, when I grew up, there's never been a pastor or a first lady. Never been a first lady who would dress like this or a pastor who would allow or promote this type of dress. They dress modest, modest hairstyles, modest makeup, modest jewelry, but they still look beautiful. They still look lovely, look elegant, like they carry themselves like a first lady is supposed to. A person that is supposed to be set apart, because that's what people who are supposed to follow the Messiah are supposed to be, are set apart people. So you're not supposed to be mingling in and hard to see, hard to discern who you are, who you not are when you are in the world. People should know by the time by the when you walk in the room. When we was growing up, we could be outside, or we could be outside, listening to music, rap music, cursing, talking crazy. Heck, we could be in the church as kids being managed or disobedient or whatever. But when that first lady walked in the room, when that elder walked in the room, when that woman walked into your presence, those who knew, we straightened up. And those who didn't know, we made sure they straightened up. Whether it could be hell, it could be your mother, your grandmother, whoever, your auntie, whatever the case may be. When women walked into the room, people knew it. And we acted accordingly. But with the way that your wife is dressed, the way that you promoted and allowed your wife to dress, she's looked like everybody else in the building. So how would somebody who don't know who she is? Because even right now, if I saw her in the street, I wouldn't know her from nobody else because I don't I don't follow her like that. Now Jamal Bryant, I probably look a couple of times because I mean he's been in the news a lot. But again, if she walked in, like say, wearing something like anybody, the heifer got a BBL. You went and married a woman who did not hold on. Let me hold on. Not you.
People got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress.
Look at that. Look who all in there. You see dudes, they sitting down. Look who's standing up. Look who all got the frowns on their face. The men are like stone faced, like really, dude. This ain't this. Are you seriously saying this? But all these ladies are you seeing when you continue to watch the video, they either smiling with the frown on their face or they frown like yes, 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 Lord, pray. Say it, Pastor.
Now, you got to help some people because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see through, the dress was flesh color.
You see what she got on there? Why she couldn't wear? Hold on. Why she couldn't wear that with the gala? And also, let's just be honest again. This woman got a BBL. This woman right now is wearing fake hair, fake color. That's not the color of her hair. This woman is not representing what the Most High created through birth. She has created this body. She has created this look falsely all the way around, adorning it with all no saying this jewelry and stuff. Like I say, it's a way that pastors and people in the ministry are supposed to act and supposed to dress. That's all. I don't want to see I don't want to see your wife twerking in a rap video or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then talking about thank God and God know my heart. Yeah, God know your heart because it's on your face. Your heart is what you do. Like I say, your religion is what you practice. It's how you live. That's your religion.
But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing,
It's funny he said that because you're not supposed to be exposed to everything. Tell you the truth. That's why the world is so worldly now. Why there's so many problems because people believe that once they see, when they don't see a whole lot, it's like children. Children don't know if you're poor. They don't know if you're rich. All they know is if they're having a good time, bad time, getting on punishment, getting praised, this, that, and the third, getting the toys, learning, whatever, playing with their friends. That is all. They don't look at color, ethnicity, gender, nothing. They just want to go out there and have fun. When so kids are innocent. When you get older, and let's say you stay in certain circles, you really believe that you may have enough. Everything is cool. You are content. You are happy. But some people, when they get outside of their circle, they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to embrace it and do some dastardly deeds, which could cause them to get in trouble because they're exposed to some things they're not supposed to be exposed to. Like people get exposed to drugs. What was this lady that I saw? She's a UK lady and went to Dubai, got party got raided, and she got arrested and was supposed to do, almost life in prison, 25 years in jail for having like 50 grams of, of that powder. And it said and it checked her system and she had it in her system. And she said, I only did like one line. And her mama say, well, she's never got in trouble. Don't do things like this. You know what I'm saying? And she just hung around the wrong people. Oh, you mean she got exposed to the wrong people? It's amazing because if that's the case, them wrong people got exposed to somebody too. You see what I'm saying? So going somewhere and being exposed to stuff is not always good, especially if it has you looking and acting like the rest of the world. The Messiah went amongst the people, but they knew who he was. He was different. He was set apart. They knew exactly who he was and what his mission was. Not, like I say, looking like everybody else and acting like everybody else.
Furthermore, I needed to set the record straight. Y'all don't like this. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress.
That don't make it no better. That make it even worse.
And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me.
Which means that she should have wore that dress for you at probably a more intimate setting than out in public. So everybody else can see what your wife got and what your wife was working with.
Now, if you wanted a first lady that looked like Little House on the Prairie and Holly Hobbie, you got the wrong church.
Hold on.
I wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When we walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself.
Now, what's wrong with what he just said? We're going to go back a few seconds.
You got the wrong.
And I want you to hear again what he just said and tell me if you can figure out what's wrong with what he just said real quick.
Now, if you wanted a first lady that looked like Little House on the Prairie and Holly Hobbie, you got the wrong church. I wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When we walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself.
What he just said. Hold on. Let's read 1 Peter 3:3-4. Pastor, your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold, jewelry, or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in the Most High sight. Proverbs 31:30. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. But a woman who fears the Most High is to be praised. Beauty is fleeting, right?
Now, if you wanted a first lady that looked like Little House on the Prairie and Holly Hobbie, you got the wrong church. I wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When we walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself.
Yeah, not only did he quotes lyrics of a secular song, but what he's saying is, and he has basically stated that yes, this woman better had got a BBL. I don't know. She got a breast augmentation. I don't know, but she better had done something to her rump. And she better had changed her hair from the natural way it's supposed to look like a white woman. Let's just say it. Curly blonde hair. Black folks ain't got that. Except those Aborigines over there in Australia. I know, but we ain't talking about them. Because he said if she didn't look like that, Mr. Pastor Bryant with multiple kids, with multiple baby mamas, and cheated on his wife and got a divorce because, you know, because she called him out on it or whatever. Because if she didn't look like this, he wouldn't have married her, which means that 20 years from now, she may not be around. Because if she don't excite you when with just looking normal or looking like the Most High created her, that's a problem, bro. Because you're not looking at her heart. You know, the Most High knows my heart. Yeah, He knows. Like I said, it's all on your face. It's in your deeds. Nothing is hidden. You have just sat there and none of them women heard that because they too busy cheering. See them all down there stand up. They're too busy cheering because he got his woman's back on some bullcorn, on something that he created now. So hell, he got to fight for. He created this problem, but he just said that because of the way the way she looks, is why he wants to run home and be excited to get home and tell her shake it fast, watch yourself. Ain't there enough songs in the Song of Solomon that he could have quoted to talk about his wife's beauty or something like that? Ain't there some gospel songs there that talk about, or maybe even some R&B songs that talk about a woman's beauty? Why did you go and rap a mystical song? Shake it fast, watch yourself. Show me what you're working with. Stop the crying, heifer. I don't need all that. Got a job for you to braid it up, pimp his back. This is what you quoting. Anyway, let's keep going.
If you don't have nobody that you excited about, trade that booger in and find you somebody that Negroes can talk about.
Look at all them women standing up. And half of them probably look like boogers. Majority of them probably look like boogers without the hair and the makeup and the false lashes. Really? Really? A booger. But somebody else might find her attractive, looking natural. But you call her a booger and saying, hey, if you don't like that booger, go find somebody else that look better. That's what I'm getting out of it. You tell me if you hearing something else.
Did you bag that?
You got money. That's what I don't understand. You know this man's history, his controversial history. Why would you like join up with this cat? I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. But I'm also wanting to say this. If you I've noticed that if like say like if you're with a woman and you do something, let's say you cheat, whatever, and she don't know the person that you are, she'd be quick to leave you. But yet she will go and get a man who has a history of it because she knows who you are. That's what people don't realize. When people know who you are, they're willing to deal with you instead of you. And it doesn't. And you could be a deviant, one of the worst deviants of all deviants. They'll deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Before they deal with somebody who claims to be holier than thou, and after they got like 4 or 5 families. And it's proved true because they're clapping.
Let me say to you, I'm a public servant. I've been a public servant my whole life. I don't mind, nor am I offended, nor am I moved if you talk about me. Have at it. But you ain't gonna talk about my wife. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. The same way you respect me, you gonna have to respect her. And if you don't respect her, find you somewhere else to go. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me, but you ain't gonna be in my
You better not try to put them fake tears out there.
face and dishonor my wife. Y'all ain't saying nothing.
But you created this situation.
I need some people that will fight for yours, that will stand for yours, that will demand respect for yours.
Oh, Jamal Bryant, that dude there is a clown. But I want to see one more clip that I want to play, and then we'll finish it off. Let's hit it.
Did you have even a sliver of doubt before you walked out to go to the event about the dress and that it might?
Oh, dang, hold on. I want y'all to see that dress just in case you. Now you see that? I mean, you can see her cleavage. You know what I'm saying? Now every picture he has, he always has this look on him. And I say that's the look of like a deviant, like a dude who's insecure. He called other people insecure, but I feel like he's insecure because he's gonna bring all this attention onto the wife. But when he walks around, he's always frowning a mean mug, like he ain't happy. What you ain't happy about? Remember, you wanted to be excited, so you should be smiling as hard as she's smiling every time she's smiling. But like I said, you look at the dress, it says flesh colored. That's fine, whatever. But like the way this is designed, it accentuates the breast and the crotch area. Almost look like a bikini line. All this fabric down here at the bottom should have been put up here with the rest of the dress. But go ahead.
That it might create a stir.
People have said, oh, she knew it would get this reaction.
That ain't her natural hair. That ain't her natural skin color. That ain't her natural eyelashes. What's what I'm saying? You are one of us. When I say one of us, you are one of us regular people. You are not of the cloth. You are your husband because everything about you speaks of the world and not set apart from the world.
My ego is not that big.
Wow.
I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife. Yeah. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I have a doctorate. I'm a professor. There are plenty of things that I do.
Not once did you say that I'm a minister. I'm a child of the Most High. And I follow my husband, who's quote unquote supposed to represent the Most High. First is the Most High, then it's my husband, then it's me. Nowhere in what you just said represented that.
And the challenge is we often want to see a woman be one-dimensional. I am multi-dimensional. I carry multiple titles. Now, what you choose to call me on whatever day is fine for whatever that might be.
Fake eyebrows. Everything about this is.
But I think that there is this idea that a woman can only be one thing. Mm-hmm. And once I happened to marry a pastor, I happened to fall in love with a man who is a pastor, right?
But I ain't changing because I ain't getting rid of this BBL. He better take me for who I am with this Beyonce wig.
And so with that came the title of First Lady, but there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. And
the hell it ain't.
I have decided that the title does not define me. I define what the title is.
The title was explained to you in the scriptures. I just read you scriptures that told you how you supposed to represent the title. What in the heck is she talking about? First of all, we're trying to keep in the context of pastor first lady. You got to dress this revealing, show some cleavage. Adam and Eve, once they knew they was naked, they covered up. And the Most High asked them, "Who told you you was naked?" So his people, I mean, they knew to cover up, but yet these people nowadays, they don't want to cover up. Well, my daughters were in high school. I recall when they were playing softball. And the one thing the coach told them is that you cannot wear the uniform to a store. Play a game. If you got to go somewhere after the game, you take that uniform off, you change clothes, but you do not wear our uniforms in the store. And if we catch you, we kick you off the team. Why? Is because although you are not on the field, when you're out there in the world, you are still representing the school. And if anything happens or you do anything and you are in that uniform, it's going to brings negative attention to us. If you do anything that you do, like steal, whatever, do something that's not right, you're going to bring unwanted attention to the school. And we can't allow that. We can't say that so-and-so went into HEB and stole a Monster drink, and she had on school uniform, getting ready to go play a game. She's part of such and such high school. Can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, you got this girl on your team, and do y'all notice she was like this, and she was a thief, and this and that third? Do y'all not? You know what I'm saying? How do y'all? What kind of team do y'all run, and all that kind of stuff? That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna bring negative attention to the school, and they don't need it. This is no different. This is no different. You wearing the dress, no matter if you're in the church or outside of the church, you are representing the church. If I'm lying, then tell me why everybody is doing videos about this. But what do I know? I didn't go to theological school. I ain't got no doctorates in pastoral learning and nothing like that. I just try to read scriptures and study and and pray for discernment and knowledge and wisdom so I can make the right decision. That's all. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. You know what? Before I leave, I want to hit a couple more verses. Let's see. Philippians. We're gonna go to Philippians chapter 4 real quick. And what on 4 and 8. Meditate on these things. Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. The things which you learned and received and heard and saw in me, these do, and the Most High of peace will be with you. It's basically saying that whatever you have learned in your biblical studies, Pastor Brown, we ain't gonna talk about your wife, we'll talk about you. You are supposed to do them, and the Most High peace will be with you. The Most High peace is not with you right now because you're going through hell, because everybody's on you, because you're doing something. No matter how you try to justify it, you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing at all, that you're not supposed to embrace. And you're supposed to be set apart from the world, not of it, but supposed to be like different from it. Let me see. I want to hit one more. Let's see if I can't see. Let's see. Colossians 3. Now that is a long, let's see. This is a character of a new man. It say, therefore, as the elect of the Most High, the elect, which is what you say, you are called. You're supposed to be called by the Most High to preach, right? Therefore, as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, put on tender mercies, kindness, humility, meekness, long suffering, bearing with one another and forgiving one another. If anyone has a complaint against another, even as Christ forgave you, you shall also must do. But above all these things, put on love, which is the bond of perfection. Let the peace of the Most High rule in your heart, to which you also were called in one body, and be thankful. It said, let the words of the Messiah dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teachings and admonishment one another in psalms and hymns, not mystical lyrics, in spiritual songs, singing with grace in your heart to the Most High. And whatever you do in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Messiah, giving thanks to the Most High, the Father, through him. You got to carry yourself a different way once you've been supposedly called by the Most High. I heard a lot of people comment about the dress and what Jamal Bryant had to say. A lot of people try to say he's a pastor, he's supposed to act a certain way, but sometimes not sometimes, you have to hit them with the word that they profess that they live by when you coming at them, because if not, they can shoot you down. They can get all their soldiers, like the ones standing up in the church praising everything he said. What did somebody say in the comments? Somebody said that it's so sexy for a man to defend his wife. No, he's defending himself. If you want to be honest about it, he's defending himself because he's the one who bought the dress. He the one who put his wife out there to take them bullets in the marrows. So he got to get up there and defend himself. So what's sexy about defending something that you created? that could have been avoided. You could have done something you could have handled better. That's all I want to know. But anyway, that's all I got. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every time we drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. With that being said, I leave you in peace and love, and I'll see you on the other side.